Brightest Blessings, this is Raven, and today we are going to be working on some ephemera for our journal over here. So I hope you're all well and joining along with me today. In the last video we placed the signatures inside our journal, so we are going to work on sorting some ephemera out for inside, and then in the next video we're going to do the finishing touches, putting the closure on, deciding if we want to put any decoration on the front, on the spine or the back, and whether we want to put any pockets on the inside. So I've already made a start on a couple of pieces here just to show you. So this one I've stitched with the sewing machine around the outside, and I've done it a bit wibbly wobbly with some space to write on the back. And this is using a variety of pieces from different kits, including my own. A little file tab here. And then I've made this one as well with space to write. Got a nice brad on here and plenty of space to write and add extra pieces. And then in this little box here I've got some other pieces. So I've made a little flap here that's going to go on one of the pages. There's a pocket here that I've made using some of the pieces, and then this is all pockets up to there, so we've got lots of pockets there. We'll probably not use all of them, but it will give me plenty of chance to have a look through. And then this is all ephemera that is ready to go in, as well as this side. So we've got some from the kit and some other pieces that I've made. These are from my kit, the freebie in the last video. So you can see that this matches quite nicely with everything else in this kit. Some pre-made ones here. And again, we probably won't use all of them, but having them all together is nice, so that then we can have a flick through when we get to fill it. I'm going to keep that to the side there. Now I've put everything into piles, so it's a little bit easier for me to start working through them. So here we've got some various different bits and bobs and scraps. This is a piece of Tim Holtz paper. I'm going to use my distress ink just to go around the outside. I hope you're all doing well. Don't know what the weather's like in your part of the world, but here it's been very foggy the last couple of days. And this side can be left blank, or you could stick some coffee dyed paper there if you wanted to. That's our main card. And this is a piece from the ephemera. And my main concern is just covering up the white here from where it's been cut. It's not really about distressing the inside. Well, this ink pad is nearing the end of its life, so I will have to order another one soon. This is one of my labels that's been printed onto some sticker paper, and a piece of old book page. I'm just looking to dirty it up a little. Doesn't need to be perfect. And then we've got a little clear bird sticker here. Oh dear. Right. So we're going to go with this first. So I'm going to use my art glitter glue and a glue stick throughout this process. But for this, really, any glue will do. Sorry if I go off camera. It's upside down. So in terms of a book of shadows, if you were going to use this as a book of shadows, making ephemera is an excellent way of having extra space to put your information. Now, as you can see, that has covered most of that up, but that's fine, because what I wanted was just little hints. Let's stick our bird on here. And I want it to look like it's coming out from behind there. I find having some ephemera handy when I'm doing my books of shadows is helpful, so that if I come across a small piece of information that I need to add to a page, it's easy to do so. Put my glue back on here. Lid back on the glue, rather, get my words out. And there was a very quick and easy journal card. You can fit a fair amount of information on there. You could also have this as a flip. So if you had, let me find a piece of scrap here. Sorry, my head's in the way. So I could use that on there, but if it was a bigger piece, I could have that as a flip so that it was double-sided and you've got twice the amount. So that's that one. We can add that to the pile. So we've got this tag now. Try and grunge it up a little. And this is a collage tag, so it's just where I've used scraps, and then on the back I've got some coffee dye paper. Scraps of paper. That piece has come up, I'll have to stick that back down in a second. And it's all about using what you have and not worrying if you haven't got, you know, all the best tools and printables and this, that and the other. You can make a lot of this sort of thing very cheaply and easily. This is a ticket sticker. And then our bird. So I think we had it there. And then this here for extra writing space. Ticket there, and then our little bird poking up. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Just use a bit of glue stick for this one, I think. So this is the Amazon Basics purple glue that dries clear. using this helps me know where all the glue is, because quite often if you use just a plain glue stick, you'll find bits stick up here, there and everywhere. I'm just going to burnish that. Find my little tool. That at an angle. Peel my little bird. And there we have it. So this is a nice tag that you can write on the front and the back. Up next we have this one, and I wanted a butterfly from in here. So this was on Amazon, I believe. If I can find the link, I'll add it. Oh, I don't want a blue butterfly. One of these ones. So we'll see which one we pick. So again, this is a collage tag with some dyed paper on the back. I'm going to keep that one with the white edges. I quite like that. Gives us something a little different. And this is one of the tags from the kit. And the reason I've put everything in piles ready is it just makes the video go a little bit quicker. I'm the sort of person that does take quite a while to pick and choose what elements I want. So if you've been crafting along with me today or any other day, I want to invite you to post what you've been doing on my Facebook page, which I will link below. What it is that you've been making, or if you've made a journal along with me, post what you've made so that other people can see. I think that would be quite helpful. Sorry, I'm just picking and deciding which way I want my butterfly tag to go. I'm thinking this one. Or this one. And it's as simple as that. And really, if you like the background, you don't even need to put these extra pieces on. So it's all down to personal preference. So we've got another journal card here. This time I'm going to use a Ranger Distress crayon, and I'm just going to put a little bit around the edges quite lightly because this stuff is very dark. And again, I'm just going to use my brush just to dirty this up a little. I've got a little pot of water next to me, so I've just dipped my brush ever so slightly in some water just to get that to move around a little. And then there should be just enough left on the brush to do around the outside of that. Again, I think I'm going to leave the white edges on here. Just dirty this up a little. And our little flower picture here, just dirtying up just a little. Doesn't have to be anything much. My main concern is just covering the white edges. So let's get these stuck on. So yeah, I think that's one thing I don't like about YouTube actually, is that you can't post your photos in the comments for videos if you're crafting along or anything like that. You can't really show anybody. So I thought it would be quite nice for you to be able to post what you've done while you've been crafting along with me. And even if it's not anything to do with what we're doing, but you're doing that while watching me, I'd love to see. If you've watched previous videos and you've been following along with my books of shadows and you want to post your photos or videos on there, you're welcome to do so. I quite often find seeing what other people are doing inspirational. Although my personal issue that I find with craft is not a lack of inspiration, is that I have too much inspiration for me. Unfortunately, I get so many ideas that I find it difficult to put it into words, really. All the different aspects. I don't want that there or up there. I think like that, and then I might get a number to go on there. Dirty these butterflies up a little. Have that one go that way. Let's see if I can get to my numbers. I've got these numbers in here. If I can open the box. Mixed in with bug stickers, that sounds about right. See if I can find one that I want to use. That'll do. Stick that on there. Again, we're going to dirty this up a little. Oh, this one's a sticker. That's helpful. She says, and then won't be able to peel it. There we are. There we are. And again, this is the same as the other journal card that we've done. So it's plain on the back. We might decide to add something to it, have a flip. We'll just decide as and when we go. So here's something a little bit different. This is a large Tim Holtz tag, but I'm going to turn it into a pocket tag. So this is a pocket at the bottom, and this will go here, and then we'll be able to find something smaller to go in there. So this is just a large piece of leftover Tim Holtz paper that I've then cut into a tag shape. And this back side, although it's got writing on it, can easily be written over because it's only light, or I can decide to stick some coffee paper on there. I'm just going to grunge it up a little. There we are. This is a scrap piece of paper from the kit. I've got quite a lot of scraps because I'm going to show you at the end what else I've been working on. This is just some brown packing paper, which I absolutely adore working with. It's so versatile. This is a collage piece on a telephone book paper. Again, one of my stickers. And this is from Tim Holtz. I'm just going to grunge it up a little. It's just a sewn piece of like Hessian fabric. Take the wispy bits off. Just do this edge a little. Just dirty up our ticket sticker there. Right, so the key to this really is layers. Layers upon layers of goodness is the way I like to look at it. It will add some interest to your pieces. And when I'm making tags and things like this, I pretty much just use scraps. I won't use, you know, all my nice pretty papers because I want to use those as pages. So once I finish doing my pages and, you know, the larger pieces of ephemera, say, you know, like a big file folder like this one, that's when I'll look at what scraps I've got. So it's just a good way of using up all those scraps and not just putting them off in the bin. And this is a really therapeutic process for me. I will quite often sit on an evening watching the television. So at the moment I'm binge watching Grey's Anatomy. There you are. Binge watching Grey's Anatomy, and then because I like to craft and watch the television, I end up making loads and loads and loads of pieces of ephemera, and then that helps for all my different projects. So I'm just putting glue in the centre of this. For now. Peel that off. Dip that up there. And although this is a sticker, I am going to add some glue because the sticker's not going to stick to the fabric very easily. Nearly threw the wrong bit away then. And that's all we have to do with that one for now. But what we could do is just pick some random pieces of ephemera. This will probably change. I'm just giving you an example. So now you see you have a pocket tag. So you have a tag with a pocket to put extra tags in. So there you are. Lovely jubbly. Right. Oh, can't get the lid in. There we are. So now we've got some other projects here. So we've got a big file folder and some journal cards. So let's do this journal card. And all I've done here is used a piece of file folder and stuck some of the background paper in the middle and some lined paper in the middle of this side, and then I've just sewn around the edges with my sewing machine. Now, by all means, don't feel like you have to be sewing things. You can quite easily have done this without sewing, or you could hand stitch if you wanted to hand stitch, although you're obviously going to find it quite difficult and time consuming to get this particular stitch. You could also do it with pen for a faux stitched look. So we're just grunging this up. I like to leave a couple of tails on, and all I do is I tie each side at the end just to stop it from unravelling. If you've never sewn paper on a sewing machine, it can be a little bit tricky, so practice. Practice, practice, practice. And it doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, I like the fact that it's not perfect. It gives it some character. So we've got that. We've got this piece, which is from my ephemera pack, the freebie. So that's going to go on here like that. And we're going to have that there. And this was a random piece of ephemera. Oh, excuse me, yawny yawn. A random piece of ephemera that I had that matched quite nicely. Now, before I stick all this down, I need to make sure that my bird goes where I want it to go. So we'll wait to stick those down until the end, but we will stick this down. On the edge. Stick my bird down. think. There. Oh, ambulances. Sorry, I live on a main road, well, next to a main road. There we go. Lovely. Right, let's have a look at this file folder. So I've got all my pieces ready. Now again, this isn't perfect. I've gone in all different angles and I like that. I like that look. Okay. So you can clearly see that this was a file folder. Very easy to recognise. And I've already cut all the sections out so that we're not fiddling about too much. And when you're grunging things up, don't worry about perfection. It doesn't have to be perfect. You want it to look like some parts are more aged and distressed than others. That's sort of the point. When things naturally age and distress over time, they're not all distressed in the same way. I'm just going to do this fold here. And I'm doing it this way so that that's fine. It's quicker. And I've chosen to leave the tabs clear or empty on this for now because I haven't decided where in our journal it's going to go. There we are. So you can see I'm not going massively heavy. On some of these pieces, and other pieces I will go a lot heavier. So this one, for example, is quite bright. This one I'm more concerned about the white around the edges than I am distressing the piece. This one we're just grunging up. Oh, there goes another one. There's obviously something going on. Yeah, I live between two towns, so it's one of the main routes between the two towns. So we get quite a lot of traffic outside. So we have that ticket as well, and I have a sticker. I haven't decided if I'm going to use it or not, so we're just going to keep that there. And I also haven't decided if I want to make this a pocket or not. I think I probably will, just as another option. I don't know about you guys, but I find this quite a meditative practice. Just sitting and crafting and allowing my creativity to flow. It's my happy place. I can sit all day and all night, really. I have for so long now, you know, done a full day of just... I'm going to put that over to the side and I'll show you why in a second. I am going to make this into a pocket, so we're just going to glue around the edges. And what I like to do is hold the side that's not having glue on, so that then I don't forget which side I'm gluing. I'm going to put that up just a little. So that will now be a nice pocket. I want to tuck that in slightly and put that there. And my hands are all grungy and covered in this, that and the other. That's why I haven't bothered doing anything with my nails. I've just let them all come off naturally, because if I'm doing things like this all day, every day, there's no point me sorting my nails out to look nice, is there? Now, I can't decide if I want that as a piece of ephemera or not. I'm thinking I quite like it like that. Throwing it now. And it's okay to cover some of the stitching up. There's no issue with that. Put the lid back on. And I think I will use my word here. Peel that off. There we are. So that's our front. And again, this is a pocket, so we can add to this. And we've got space to write. So perhaps this folder is going to contain a list and some basic information about herbs. So we could write what herbs on the front, and then inside we can put all our information. So on the inside, I have this printed coffee dyed style paper. And the reason I like to do this is because if I've got a digital from somebody else and they haven't provided a backside to their digital, I like to put coffee dyed prints behind at the back. And I want this to be relatively plain in here because it's going to have plenty of information in. I may find a small piece of ephemera to go on the inside just to decorate it. We will have a look in a second. Now, I could have also made these into pockets by only gluing certain edges. Had I wanted to. Not something I want to do with this at the moment. think, sorry, excuse my head, I'm just going to pick some tickets to go down the side here. Some scissors. I'm not even going to grunge these tickets up. So we've got that there, and I think I might just put this little one down here. Those out the way. There we are. So now we've got our file folder. I'm just going to burnish this again. There we are. So we've got our file folder, and then we've got plenty of space inside with a bit of decoration. And again, I've left the tab plain because I haven't decided what I want to put on there as yet. The back side, I have this lovely piece of paper. Again, it's not really about aging this, it's just covering those white edges. And we're just going to stick that on there. Now, I could have stuck the papers on first and then sewn around it, had I wanted to, but I really wanted it to look how it does currently. And then I think I might pick a couple of floral ones. So I'm thinking this one and that one. Have that at the bottom. I might actually get some washi. And I'm just gonna tear the piece that I want. I'm gonna go for this piece. Across there, just to give it a bit of extra interest. And we'll put that there. I'm thinking a number. Reaching over again. A number or something. I think that one will do. plain. That one. Again with the peeling. And there we have it. So now we've got a nice big file folder here. So in context of our journal, you see, this is a lovely size. So I'm thinking what I may do is either attach this to a page, like so. Obviously not that way around, but like so. Or I could add elastic if I wanted to and have this in the front. I could also just slip it in as it is. It's just an added extra piece of ephemera because we do have gaps and I want to be able to really fill this up. So that's that. This one is very, very easy. Again, same concept. Just going to dirty this up. This is from my kit and this is from somebody else's kit, not that I can remember which right now, but if I have a look I'm sure I'll find it and I'll post it below. I think this was from an apothecary kit, apothecary junk journaling kit. As I said, if I find it I will link it below. I just found that the colours matched quite nicely. And I wanted this to be a nice simple journaling card because the artwork at the bottom here is perfect. Simple but effective. Next we have a tag. So this is a printed tag. Absolutely in love with it. All I'm going to do with this one is quickly go around this to get rid of the white. I'm not going to do that with this one because I've actually doubled this onto some of the brown packing paper. I'm going to stick this down first. And then just this over the top there. So in the next couple of weeks, I will be bringing out some new digital kits in various different styles, and I will also be bringing out some printable digital kits of some of my Book of Shadows pages. I've had a lot, and I mean a lot, of people asking for those, so it's something I'm working on, so keep an eye out in the next couple of weeks, things will be appearing on my Etsy, as well as more free printables. I will be making some more freebies for you guys, whether it be journal wise, book of shadow wise. Let's dirty that up a little. So yeah, keep an eye on my Etsy. I haven't got a lot on there at the moment. I've been so busy working on other projects that I haven't really had a chance to get around to that yet. So this one again is the same in principle, however I've left the back plain, and I love it just as it is. I would use that just as it is. I wouldn't even put ephemera on it necessarily, but because I have to go overboard, as you know, I'm just going to put some of this distress crayon on here, which is just an acrylic block, and I'm just going to dip my brush into some water and then dirty this up. I want this one to be quite dark, so dark and grungy. And this is the nice thing when you're doing ephemera, is that you can, even if you're using the same pieces from a kit, there's so much versatility there. And we're just going to do the whole back of this card. Some darker than others. A bit more water. And this is why I said coffee dye would also work, because essentially it's the same principle. So there, that's nice and grungy now. I'm not too bothered about this looking grungy. I'm just trying to get those white edges. This can be grunged up a little. It's a bit bright. Oh, bending it over. Give this a good grunge. Right. I also wanted some brads on this. So in my crocodile, I've got some of these, I can't remember what they're called. Either way, they're little brads, and they're going to be perfect for this. So the idea was to have that behind it. Have that like that, and then that on the top. What I may do actually, now that I'm looking at it, is use another piece of paper there. Yep. Right, so I'm going to glue this down. This top corner, like that. I'm just going to put the lid on this for a second, because what I want to do, where's my tool? I want to poke a hole in this. Now I'm doing this off to the side as opposed to in the centre. I'm just going to widen that a little, because these brads are quite thick, so I don't want it right at the edge here, otherwise that's all you're going to see. They'll end up coming to the side. And we're just going to have a look on our tag where that hole needs to be. There. Butterfingers. So that goes in like that. That goes in like that. And then this gets folded down. Okay, so that's our one side, and then we wanted this on this side. Perfect. Where's that just gone now? Flinging things all over the place. Push that through. Turn it round. I'm gonna turn it that way so that then the edge doesn't show. Okay, so that's our piece there, and we're going to glue all the way over the back of this. Now obviously this is going to move somewhat, so we're just going to make sure that we get it into the place we actually want it before we push it all down. So there we have it, and now that's not going to move. Some glue on the back here. There we go. Lid back in there. So that just gives it a little bit of extra interest, but it also, I think, elevates it a little bit, as opposed to it being very flat and a little bit boring. This is now elevated because you've got this on here. Now you could take this even further and put another butterfly. You could add other things to it, but for now I'm happy with that, and the back is nice and plain to do lots of writing on. So now we have this one. Again, same principle. This is plain on the back, but this is to go this way up, so sideways. Just gonna grunge this again, not as harshly as the last one, I don't believe, just enough to dirty up those edges. A little bit of crayon left on there. And I'm not going to do as much on the back of this one. Yep, happy with that. Grunge this up a bit. This is from the apothecary kit that I was talking about. Move things out the way. You see, this is the problem I have with crafting. You end up having so much stuff just there in front of you all the time. So I want this at the top here. Again, this one would have been perfectly lovely to have as it is, but I wanted something a bit different. You've got some of the washi, and this is where I'm not going to be able to peel it because I don't have the dexterity. Oh, she says, there we go. I tend to find with the fibromyalgia that my fingers just don't want to work. It's quite frustrating. So we're just going to place that there. Now, obviously, I've picked these pieces to go into our journal that I've been making, but I really do feel that a lot of these pieces of ephemera would work in other journals. So when I'm making ephemera such as this, I'll make a couple. I think I want that just there. And I think all that page, that tag now needs is a butterfly. Now I have got lots and lots of butterflies. I'm just trying to use this pack up. That's the one I want. And the more you practice making ephemera like this, the better at it you'll get. Lovely, don't you think? Now, wouldn't this be nice in a book of shadows if you're writing about some incense? This could represent your incense. You could even write the name of the incense that you're writing about in there, and on the back you can put your recipe. Perfect. Absolutely lovely. Here we've got another one of those tags. We've got a couple of those now. Hopefully this video doesn't run too long. I'm trying to keep videos in and around an hour if I can, because I am wary that people have got things to do. After this video will be a Book of Shadows pagan video, and then the one after that will be carrying on with this journal, because quite a lot of my subbies aren't crafters, they're just pagans that enjoy looking at books of shadows. So I'm trying to make sure that I've got stuff for everybody on the channel. And as of this morning, we are at 400 subscribers, so thank you very much. We are growing and I'm so happy and excited and proud of that. It's been a big challenge for me to get back into filming with the fibromyalgia I've said before that I struggle to get my words out, and I can sometimes get a bit confused, and yeah, I really was lacking a lot of confidence for a long time because of how bad it's been. So the only downside that I find at the moment with filming is that I can only film on good days, or reasonably good days. So there isn't really a schedule for when I'm going to post. I know a lot of other YouTubers say only ever post on a Monday. I can't stick to that because there's no guarantee that I'm going to be well enough to post. Just looking here at where I want things. I quite like it without the bottle on, so I think I'm just going to do it without the bottle. Or do I want it with just the bottle? The bottle. Leave the butterfly tag. And you see, this is another reason why I group things together, because ahead of time, because when I actually come down to make it, I change my mind. So again, that's a nice simple one. Really, really easy. The next one is another really simple one. I'm not even going to distress this one. I know, bold. You don't always have to distress everything. And all I'm going to do is fold this around. What I will do is distress it at the end. I'm not overly bothered about distressing every single piece. Now this isn't on straight. Does that bother me? No, not at all. Because by the time I've stuck everything else on, you're not going to notice. It's just going to go there, just to give it a little bit of interest. There we are. Going back to subscribers, the fact that I've got 400 already is astounding to me. So I am really, really grateful to everybody that's subscribed to the channel. Onwards and upwards, and when we get to 1,000, we will be giving away a journal. I haven't decided which one yet. Maybe we'll do a poll where people can vote on what sort of journal I should give away, whether it be a book of shadows or a journal like the one we've just made, or a, you know, a specific theme. So there's that one, nice and easy. And we've only got a couple left now. This one is it's quite a thick tag because it's made out of the file folders. Was a file folder tag, and then all I've done is messy stitched basically all the way around the outside, just to give it a little bit more interest. So there's a little bit of writing space on the back, and then this is paper from the kit. And I was going to use this, but I don't think I am. I'm going to use this one instead now. And I think what I'm going to do is put a brad through, and I won't use the butterfly we'll just put a brad through. Again, you see, always changing. Can I open the box? There we go. Probably going to have to turn this way. Lovely jubbly. I might put, do I want some of this? I think I do. So this is just, I think it's Spanish to English, or English to Spanish, or something along those lines. I can't remember. Yep. Just go off in the bin. Go around the outside of this bit. So it is actually Valentine's Day today. I am filming on the actual day that it's being posted for a change. Has anybody got any plans? I sadly don't. I don't tend to do things on Valentine's Day anyway. But my partner's working, and with things as expensive as they currently are at the moment, I can't really afford to be doing anything much, although I suspect we'll probably have a nice meal together later. Cook something up. Make sure that's all nicely pressed down around where that brad is. There we are, and I'm just going to leave that like that. You could add things. I'm happy with how that is. It's a nice plain easy tag. All I will do is just grunge this outside up just a little bit on this side. I'm not too bothered about the other side, but this side I feel needs a little bit of something. Go in the box. So we've got another one of these tags. This one isn't a messy one. This is a nice flat stitched one, and I've already stuck on a piece there of washi tape. So we're just going to grunge this up now. And this is the image from the kit I decided to use, and again I'm just more the edges than anything else. Easy peasy. Lovely, and then I think I want a butterfly, perhaps a purple one. then I'm thinking a number. These little tubs are really handy. They're from Amazon as well. I'll if anybody's interested, let me know and I'll post the link for them. It gets a bit tedious posting links for everything, if I'm honest. So as much as I don't mind posting links, it literally can take me ages to post half a dozen links. So I'm happy to post the link to said products if you ask, unless I feel I have to. For example, the digital kits and things, I have to post those. It wouldn't be fair to the original artists if I didn't. It's a little bit different when it comes to bigger products. So there we are. Lovely jubbly. So now we've just got another one of these file things. This is a plain one, using some paper from the kit. I'm not too bothered about doing the edges of this. I just want to make it look a bit older than it currently does, so that we've got that contrast. I do want to dirty up. This is from that apothecary kit that I spoke about. Right, let's see what we can come up with. A little scrap of that brown packing paper there. I do think we're going to end up going over the hour. But never mind. If you're finding the video too long, you can always switch off. So we have that and we have this. And this there. And that. I think like that, and then a butterfly. Lovely. And I think that's why I love this kit so much, because there's so much versatility in it. And this kit with the papers from this kit can be used for so many different things. And I will only ever buy digital kits that I'm going to use over and over again. For example, I'm not going to go out and purchase a digital kit that I'm only going to use once, unless, you know, it's somebody's bought. I want a purple one. Oh, it's the purple ones. That one. Unless somebody's purchased a journal, or they want to purchase a journal with a specific topic, and I don't have anything along those lines, that would be the only time really for me that I would purchase a digital that I would only use once, because sorry, just dirtying some of these sections up, because otherwise you're wasting money. I like things that I can use over and over again for multiple uses. Do around the outside of that one. And there are so many digital kits out there now for, you know, so many different things. The only thing that I have found is that there aren't many pagan related ones, and the ones that are there are a bit samey. So that's something that I'm definitely working on. That's that one, and I think we've only got two tucks left, so we'll get those done, and then we are done for the day. That butterfly can be used on this one, I think. So this is just a tuck spot, and if I put that down on there, you can see how that's made. Okay, now obviously this is one that's been printed out, but that's quite easy to draw yourself onto any piece of paper and make. Okay, so I mean, this is optional, you don't even have to do that, that can be straight. All you need is the flaps, and even then, to be honest, you could use this and just glue here, here and here, and ignore the flap part, but it would be a slightly smaller pocket. By having it with these flaps, it just means that you've got a little bit of extra space to put tags inside. So all we're going to do is dirty this one up. I want this one to be quite dirtied up. This is supposed to be a herb, plant, garden-y style journal, so you don't want things to be perfect. And again, a piece of paper. And the same with this piece from the kit and our butterfly. There we go. And this style of pocket I like adding to all of my books of shadows, to most of my pages, to be honest. If it's a topic that I know I'm going to find more information for, I really do prefer to have a tuck like this. And if in the end I don't find any more information to put in there, I can just pick some pretty ephemera to go with it, or some artwork, and stick that on the page too. And this doesn't take up all that much room. I'm going to stick that there. And our butterfly we'll have going the opposite way, because that butterfly is going that way. Or do I want it? No, but at the bottom. And then I think we'll find a number. Have that so that it's going slightly over there. And then we'll just find, oh dear, what's this one? Will that work? Yeah, that'll work. No idea what that's supposed to be. I just liked it because it's got numbers on and it adds a bit of interest. Again, this is printed onto sticker paper. Turn it upside down. This is the problem with being left-handed. There we go. So now we've got a nice little decorated tuck spot that we can put ephemera in, or extra writing paper. our last one is the same sort of thing as the last one. We're not going to dirty this one up as much as the last one. And just so you can see the difference, this is like an off-white creamy colour, and although there isn't that much difference, it's enough for me. Okay, so I know that that goes there. So I've already ripped this to the size and shape that I want it. I'll stick that straight there. I wanted to use this large piece. Just looking at how and where I want things. I think I might take that bit off and put that running along the top there. So I did have this extra piece. I don't know if I'm going to need it. Probably not. Or maybe. I'll just stick that along the bottom there. As I said, layers. And you can see I'm not distressing every piece. Some I do, others I'm not. Just to show you that you can work with things whether they're distressed or not. And we've got a little purple butterfly that can go there. Lovely. Fantabulous. Right, let's just clear stuff away for a second so that then we can have a look at what we've done today. Just give this a little wipe, hold on. So this is all coming off my fingers, you see. Now these craft mats are self-healing, so you can cut into them and it's not going to break them. But they do get grungy very quickly. They don't cost very much, but it does add up. So if you're worried about that, you're probably going to want to try and purchase something to protect that. Close that up, bring our tub. So this is everything we've made today. So we've got our little envelope here, tuck spot, and another there. Let's move that and we'll lay them out. We've got a really nice variety now of things that we're going to be able to put into our journal, and I've done some nice large pieces to show you. That was our tuck envelope, so in there we've got a little pocket. Got that one. We've made quite a lot today, and these were ones that I made. So I think what I'm going to do is end the video with a couple of these pieces of ephemera that are possibly my favourites. So let's have a look. I'm not too bothered about all of these, but some I'm in love with. There we go. Lovely. So thanks very much for joining me. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up or commenting below, I really do love interacting with you guys. It really does help me. I spend a lot of time on my own, and it just gives me that little bit of social time that I really enjoy, and I love answering your questions. So yeah, please do comment below. I do reply pretty quickly. If I haven't, then I do apologise. I will get to you as soon as I possibly can. And don't forget to go onto my Facebook page and post your pictures of what you've been making and show me all of the things you've been up to. So blessings to you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.